This time we'll call the meeting to order. Roll call.
Roll call. This action is taken by calling each board member's name with the board member answering present. Mr. Murray.
Present.
Mr. Selby.
Present.
Ms. Joy Wilson is absent and out of town and unable to be with us this evening. Ms. Brenda Higginbotham.
Here, present.
And Mr. Richard Kazsuk.
Present.
I have to see your mom.
Next item on the agenda is adoption of the agenda.
Okay, this is our November's regular meeting. I have nothing to add or recommend to strike from the agenda. I recommend the agenda be approved as presented.
I make a motion we adopt the agenda.
Is there a second? Second, Mr. Murray.
Mr. Murray?
Roll. Yes.
Okay. Mr. Murray?
Yes.
Mr. Selby?
Yes.
Ms. Wilson absent. Ms. Brenda Higginbotham?
Yes.
And Mr. Kazsuk?
Yes.
I haven't seen your mama too far, so don't worry about it.
This time, public comments. Anybody like to make a public comment?
No, you got nothing here.
Mr. Byrne?
I haven't got a person to ask me the other day, that's talking about school safety, and they asked me why we didn't search band equipment, you know, the instruments come in, because they said they could hide all kinds of guns in them, you know, but we can't.
Yeah.
I tried to say them best I thought, but
Right.
I thought I would ask you and let you say something about it.
Sure, yeah, and I can speak to that, Mr. Grider, if you don't care to as well. So we don't search currently backpacks or anything that comes in. We do have targeted searches with kiddos or an adult or somebody has a concern. There's some schools of thought on that, where if there's some complacency in thought, if everything is searched as you come in, then you take other measures, and so it's not caught as you come in. Because if the individual knows that their backpack or their band instrument is going to be searched, then I would make other measures. So school districts are encouraged instead to be vigilant all the time,
Right.
and for kids to report things and for teachers to report things. And we have our tip lines, and we have the things on the internet, and so that's the protocol that we have in place. There's also concerns to where if you do those morning searches, it causes such a backlog of people when they're trying to get into school that it's a safety issue. Jackie, I don't know if you have anything else to add to that.
It takes a lot of staffing to get them in, but in a lot of places, my thought is, if I know that we're on a consistency of checking or whatsoever, so I may want to come, if I'm going to cause a threat, come to the night before, or come to something the night before, because I got to go through a channel, but if I'm really causing a threat, I've already got availability once I enter because of that. I like see-through backpacks if we can do those things, and we do have shrunk down things where, as far as, and I know you're talking about cases and those things, but coat jackets, a big old,
Trench coat?
Yeah, trench coats. We've shrunk down the backpacks, trying to look for anything that might have a distinguished, inappropriate setting for school whatsoever. But I think it's a great question. I think it's because sometimes, and I'll be honest, sometimes when I see a band student coming across, and when it kind of looks like maybe a machine gun the way the case is made. I get that.
Yeah.
But I guess part of that is the backlog, checking in, checking out, staffing and all. But I still think if you want to create something, you outsmart the fox, I guess. And they would probably say, I'll leave it the night before or whatsoever. But I know safety's a big thing. I try not to make it such and Mr. Ford and I, we talk about this a lot. I never want it to be like a prison. I want it to be open form, but I get that if it saves
It's a
lives,
balancing act.
Right.
It really is. It's a balancing act of doing all those
thing,
types of things.
Trying to make sure the community, like you've locked them in and all, but I get your question. I
Yep.
think of that myself sometimes when I can't see what I'm really looking for. But here's, to be consistent with that, if I went and checked Zach's boys and said, listen, there's something about that case I don't like, and I checked him 3 or 4 times in a week, I've really been unequal to him and impartial to him. So I want to check everybody. So it will be time consuming and all, but then again, they're going to say, here he comes, he's going to check me again. And it may not be nothing but a tuba.
Right.
But I think there's some rapport coming in there, some trust. I think we I mean, not like the old days when we leave our doors open, our windows up. We've all, when we leave, we'll say, did I lock the door, did I do it? But back in the old days, it was great, y'all. Fan was blowing, the windows up, nobody had air, you left your door open, but.
And the boys had shotguns in the back of their truck.
Oh, that's good.
Still in that barnyard way, but I think that's a great, I think it's a great
Yes,
call.
definitely.
So I think of that sometimes myself. What I can't see concerns me.
That's right.
Let me tell you the best thing though, the best prevention is people. It's our kids.
People.
What someone's told them, research supports that. Things don't happen without, there's a leak.
Somebody-
There's always a leak is the term they share with us. Somebody always knows something
And most of the time.
and they
that's
need
true.
to tell it. They
That's
need to
right.
talk about it. And it's those relationships and it's the mental health therapist and it's all those different things like that. Yeah.
Someone that really wanted to cause a threat probably could
Yeah.
utilize that resource.
This car don't burn
There's so
them
many
down, do they?
possibilities, you
They
can't,
don't bring them
can't
down.
cover them all in a day, you
But I
know.
think
But,
it's a
Well,
great
concert.
question. I just can't see some things that really concerns me sometimes.
True.
You know, I just,
But,
sorry, I don't have a great big fix for that,
Right.
but
Well,
it's still a big question.
that sounds like, it, you know, do all we can reasonably do, but, I got one other
Make
thing.
sure-
Got one other thing I want to ask.
Okay.
Have we heard anything on her?
Mr. Murray, my main thing is treating everybody
I got that today, but I'm
consistently
not
and fair.
ready.
I think that builds a good thing for our community. It builds trust, rapport, and integrity and character for everybody else. But if I just select a certain one each time, it looks kind of personal, and I never want to do that. So either I want to do them all, or not do any of them.
Right.
And take and hope that the good blessings come from out.
Yeah.
Not whatever.
You can meet with me Thursday.
And like I said, one other thing, have we heard anything else about her crosswalk between?
Yep, he's sent me a thing to review today and he's meeting with me Thursday prior to the bid review.
Oh, okay,
This
that's great.
Thursday.
I
Yeah.
hadn't.
Because we open bids, Branscomb's and them opens bids for the bus garage and field house on Thursday.
Oh, okay.
And the architect is coming down, and he's emailed me today, we're meeting Thursday.
Yeah, okay,
Yep.
good. That's protects the kids and it keeps the school down and everything else, we get something
Yep.
like that done.
That was timely, Mr. Murray, because he just sent me that this afternoon with
Oh, is
the,
that
with the
right?
drawing of the site layout. Yep.
Oh, mine really, that just comes from
You can
That's what it is.
Okay. Anything else? If not, we'll go on. Next item is Russell County Education Association Certified Employee Recognition. Thomas Anthony Robertson, Salem Elementary School.
He wasn't going to get up till you gave him the cue.
We'll put him up as much as I have to be up. I tell you what, we've been back there chatting, and I just want to make this comment up front. He's got the personality that just kind of pulls you in, so I can see why he's in education. You sit back there, and I've laughed more in the last 5-10 minutes here, just talking about nothing that I have all day long. So he is very deserving of this. I'll share with you some things about him. I'm sure none of this is new, but he teaches at Salem Elementary. He's in 5th grade. His subject areas that he teaches is exceptional education services. Been there 23 years. I told him I didn't think that seemed to be, that was the right number, you know. And then colleges, Lindsey Wilson College, Bachelor of History major, teacher certification 9 through 12, Western Kentucky University, Master of Exceptional Children, LBD certification P through 12. So big range there. Lots of movement if need to. University of the Cumberland's Master's School Leadership. And when asked what do you like best about teaching, experience in the moment with the students when they get it. And some of his hobbies are gardening, spending time with grandchildren, and I think spying on the neighbors according to both of them. Making sure everything's under control that way.
And Mr. Robertson worked a number of years in finance before
Oh, wow.
before he started teaching.
Wow.
He sure did.
Goodness. Very, very diverse then. And then favorite quote, I walk slowly, but I never walk backward. So,
I thought he was going to say walk softly and carry a big
I
stick.
did too. When I first read it, that's what I thought he was going to say. I'm going to give you this, and I'll turn it over to you just in case you want to address the crowd here.
I have nothing to say except thank you, I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Can't believe 23 years has.
Goes by
went
quick,
It
doesn't it?
has, it's
Yeah.
been
Sure does.
It's been great, just like anything else. There's good days and there's some rough days, but mostly good days. So appreciate
Mr.
it.
Robertson went to school with my older brother Chris, and I went to school with Mr. Robertson's younger brother.
And you were basically my main guy when I got hired at
At
Jamestown
Jamestown.
and showed me the ropes and got me.
Because I got a few years on you.
You do.
That's right.
Even though I'm older than you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Robertson. Now, Missy, when you send that to me, make certain you email or text me, because he may not tell me.
You guys are great, but I am going to just kind of be.
I don't blame you.
You can slip out. It's allowed.
Miss Rhonda, he already let me know. He said there'll be no offense if we kind of go off this side door with her.
Always thinking ahead. Good no something, you know. I'm sure you all know they either, but.
This worked out really good because I've made a Christmas order with Missy for the Scentsy wax melts. So she takes care of me at Christmas time. So thank you all. Thank you, Mr. Robertson. Thank you.
Oh, she sells this.
Yeah.
Well, our nurses does too.
Who does?
One of our nurses will sell me.
Next item on the agenda is consent agenda.
We have the previous meeting minutes, payment of bills, school activity fund reports, field trips, and the treasurer's monthly report.
This is the treasurer's report for the month of October 2024. The balance on hand at the beginning of the month was $11,573,186.93. Total receipts for the month were $2,222,285.63. And that brought the total of the receipts and beginning balance together to $13,795,472.56. Disbursements for the month were $3,242,256.58, and our balance at the close of the month was $10,553,215.98. In fund balances for the general fund, Fund 1, $8,776,782.54. Special projects, Fund 2, $781,607.76. District Activity Fund 21, a negative $58,940.80. Capital Outlay Fund 310, $133,398. FSPK Building Fund, Fund 320, $0. Construction Fund, Fund 360, $1,046,002.35. Debt Service Fund 400, negative $789,627.84. Food Service Fund 51, $661,951.57, and Fiduciary Fund, Fund 7,000, $2,042.40. Total cash in bank for all the funds, $10,553,215.98.
Thank you, Ms. Carnes. If there are no changes or amendments, I recommend approval of the consent agenda items.
Make that motion.
Second.
Second.
Brenda got it?
Gerald.
Gerald?
Gerald. Roll.
Mr. Murray?
Yes.
Mr. Selby?
Yes.
Ms. Higginbotham?
Yes.
Mr. Kazoo?
Yes.
Surplus, y'all wanna buy a bus? Y'all wanna buy a bus?
Next item on the agenda is declare surplus, accept sealed bids.
So we have 4 items here, 2 buses and 2 vehicles. Board policy 04.8 deals with the surplus of property. So bus 444, it's a 2004 International 52 passenger DT 4668 6-cylinder diesel engine. It runs and drives when parked, removed from service due to age. Mileage 246,974, normal body and interior wear for the age, tires in fair condition. Then bus 134, 2001 International 66 passenger bus, same thing, DT 4668E 6-cylinder diesel engine. Runs and drives when parked, removed from service due to age. Mileage, again, 264,667, normal body and interior wear expected for age and model. Bus needs new kingpins and tires in fair condition. And then 2 vehicles, a 98 blue Ford Crown Victoria police interceptor package. It's got 269,000 miles. Clear coat's coming off. It's an old vehicle. You can tell that from a 98. And then a 2001 Crown Victoria. It's a P71 police interceptor, 4.6 liter V8, 216,778. Runs and drives when parked. It's an old vehicle. Clear coat's coming off. It's got some little bit of body damage, and the rear passenger side window does not work. It's got some rust. Tires in fair condition. So with your all's authorization, we'll advertise these for sealed bids. Get the sealed bids and then bring them back to you all for approval. So I recommend that the Russell County Board of Education declare the attached list as surplus property and authorize Superintendent Ford, his designee, to advertise for sealed bids with the option to reject any and all bids.
Motion.
Motion for that?
Motion.
Motion, Mr. Selby, second. Gerald,
Okay.
vote?
Mr. Murray,
Yes.
Mr. Selby,
Yes.
Ms. Higginbotham,
Yes.
Mr. Kazuk.
Yes.
I'm gonna go home, they're gonna take over.
She said she's gonna go home because they were taking over.
They take it over. Okay, next item is disposal of surplus technology.
I'll let Mr. Bell speak to the pile of junk he would love to get rid of.
Okay, it's a big pile, as a matter of fact, 2 different locations, but it's just old junk computers that basically got rid of during COVID, most of them, some of them were even older than that. Don't need them, they're, as you say, junk. It cost us more to, the hard drives have to be wiped once we get rid of them. So normally we get a recycling company come, they pay us for them, but it's, they have to by law wipe the hard drives and everything, so.
So if they have any student data or employee data on
Oh,
them,
yeah.
it's verified that it's wiped. That's why it's so important to use one of these companies that Mr. Bell works with, because then he gets a certificate back that says it's been taken care of. Yeah.
It's old screens and stuff, a lot of them's busted, cracked, just that type of stuff.
A few old printers,
Few old printers.
stuff just like that.
You say there was some monitors?
Well, a lot of the old screens, I'm talking about the big LCD,
Oh,
like
yeah.
the 69
Yeah.
type TV screens and that type of stuff that are no longer used.
Yeah.
It's this recycling company,
Junk.
Junk,
yeah, it's,
Real junk.
basically.
but it's environmentally friendly too, this way versus us literally paying for a dumpster to throw it away in. So I recommend authorization for Superintendent Ford and his designee, that's Mr. Bell, to dispose of the surplus technology equipment.
I make that motion.
Glad you got that.
Second, Mr. Selby, vote?
Mr. Murray,
Yes.
Mr. Selby,
Yes.
Ms. Higginbotham,
Yes.
Mr. Kazuk.
Yes. Next item, BG4s, contract closeouts, Russell County High School athletic facility upgrades.
Yeah, this is just a procedural type of process. All the construction-related contracts require a BG4 contract closeout form to close out the contracts. The BG4s reflect any change orders, the purchase orders that's been done, and it reflects the total cost. I do want to note, and it's on your staff note, this is not for payment. These payments have already been made. This is literally just a closeout document. So we have one for Piles, Gaddy and Shamrock, the Moats Group, Branscombe Construction, Nice Mechanical, and Babcon. So I recommend approval of the BG4s for the Russell County High School Athletic Facility Upgrades project as presented. Of course, you all have all those attached in your board book.
Motion.
I'll make the motion.
Okay, Mr. Murray. Brendan, you want to second it?
Yep.
Okay. Vote.
Mr. Murray,
Yes.
Mr. Selby,
Yes.
Ms. Higginbotham,
Yes.
Mr. Kazuk.
Yes. Next item on the agenda is proposal request number 14A, Old Area Technology Center renovation project, asphalt drains.
Okay, so we previously addressed this, and Mr. Keith Kearns and Destin Dalton Robinson from Branscombe were both here, and this would just go ahead and pull the trigger, if you will, and to make this happen. This is the asphalt for the area behind the old ATC and up along the side and along the back areas that we talked about before is represented here on this drawing. They'll be closing out the plant soon, so if we was going to do it, we would need to go ahead and do it now. Then let me go ahead and talk about the next one while we're here. On number 12, while Drew was working up on this, I had with Gaddy's to give us a quote to do the area that's directly in front of the old ATC and then in front of the Gerald TC building. There is an area there that Branscome's was going to pay to have patched, where they had to dig up a drain that was just part of something else, and they were going to pay to have that patched. They'll give a credit back of $4,500 on this item 12, the paving project. But I just want to make certain that you all realize this, that I'm talking about in front of the NGLTC and the side of the Old Area Technology Center is not attached to the construction part, but I thought it was a really good, fair price, and that he would do both of them, that the whole area would be cleaned up. Keith Kern said he can make it happen and make it work to do it, and then that whole area will be clean. It's just that number 12, when we get to that, that wouldn't be paid out of construction funds, that would just be coming out of general fund. That would just be us doing a purchase order for that. But that would have that whole area, well, I know you walked it, Mr.
Yeah,
Murray.
it's looking good.
Yeah, and the area that you all previously approved with the bank and the rock, the zeros, that's all done.
Yeah.
It looks sharp, and so they would pave right to that area and look really nice between that and fix all the drainage issues through that with this.
You know, that prevented some future problems.
Yeah, yep. So this first one on 11, to do all that asphalt and the drains and all that behind the building, because right now, as we talked about before, it floods the building behind there where we're going to be moving maintenance. $69,869.75. That will be out of the construction contingency fund for that. So I recommend approval of PR number 14A for the Old Area Technology Center be approved as presented. Again, that's exactly what we talked about at a couple of other board meetings.
Is there a motion?
Make it your turn.
Darrell?
Mr. Murray?
Mr. Murray?
Second.
Second. Mr. Selby? Vote?
Mr. Murray?
Yes.
Mr. Selby?
Yes.
Ms. Higginbotham?
Yes.
Mr. Kazoo?
Yes. Okay. Next item is 12, the paving project that Mr. Ford just explained on the front of the
Yep.
JROTC building.
And that, I probably didn't explain this part, that $4,500 credit from Branscomb's will go back to the construction fund, because this area that they were going to patch is in this area that they were going to pay for. They did it as part of the construction, so that $4,500 credit will go back to the ATC renovation project.
I hate
That was that.
patching.
Pardon me?
I hate patching.
Well, this would have been a patch galore, but without this.
But
wouldn't
it's
it, Jackie?
never level.
No, you can't.
No,
You can't. So this area would do, like I said, the area directly in front of the old Technology Center and what is currently now the NJLTC building. And that whole area then would be cleaned up nice, because it's just a bunch of loose, tore up gravel and asphalt right now.
Yes, around through there.
And it's $14,925 for those two areas.
I'll make the motion.
Motion. Is there a second? Mr. Murray? Mr. Murray?
Okay.
Vote?
Mr. Murray,
Yes.
Mr. Selby,
Yes.
Ms. Higginbotham,
Yes.
Mr. Kazoo.
Yes. Next item on the agenda is name selection for Old Area Technology Center. So we stopped calling it Old Area
That's
Technology
right.
Center.
So I'm gonna look at Mr. Selby, because he's talked about that a lot. And Branscombe said, hey, Ford, you need to get that name because part of the contract has the signage in it. And so we've got to know what we're going to put on there. So if you all remember, almost a year ago, we had a presentation from what was then Danielle White's class about that. So there was three options at that point: Laker Academic and Athletic Complex, Russell Academic and Athletic Complex, and Anchor Center of Excellence. And of course, at that time, we paused it because of what would later become, we realized that First National Bank was going to be doing their naming of the athletic complex. In my opinion, with those three names, and to keep it clear of the athletic complex, I like the Anchor Center of Excellence, because then we could just refer to it as the ACE Center, and it doesn't muddy the waters with the First National Bank Athletic Complex. Ms. Joy also asked me to share that would be her pick. I know she's not here and can't vote, but she did ask me to share that that was her pick and that was her original pick. So, again, I think the other ones, they're all great. If you all recall, the kids did a great job presenting them, but I think it rolls and it sounds better since we have the First National Bank Athletic Complex. And then we could just, I think it sounds neat, we could refer to the building as the ACE Center, and it's truly multi-purpose.
Sounds good.
But we'll name it whatever you all want to name it.
I think that's
Just
good.
put Murray's down there.
Well, Destin Robinson said if we didn't get it done, it was going to say the Destin Robinson Institute. Right
Yeah,
there.
it'd be good.
Yeah.
But Murray's would be better.
Murray's,
Or it'd be better.
Did you make the motion? You did, I was thinking.
Yeah, I made motion.
for Murray's.
Murray's?
Yeah.
For Ace,
You better,
Brenda seconded.
for Ace.
I want that clarified here before we vote on this.
I made the motion, Murray's the second.
That ain't one of the choices.
That sounds good, Murray's, whatever.
Let me go back on my recommendation first.
Okay.
I recommend the Anchor Center of Excellence for the name of the Old Area Technology Center.
Well, I still make that.
You'll make a motion for that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Will you second it, Brendan?
Brandon seconded
For which one?
for Murray's.
See, you're still stuck on Murray.
What do you think? Well, I wouldn't be thinking if I make the motion for the others. What do you mean? Oh, that sounds pretty good. We'll have to get it built.
You gonna read that motion for me?
Huh?
You gonna read that motion?
If he's serious, I will.
I'm serious.
Well, give me the exact name.
What is it? You put Murray's
It's Murray,
Technician Center, or whatever.
or whatever. Just do whatever. Whatever, Senator.
We'll just put Murray's ACE. Murray's ACE. That way-
Murray's ACE.
ACE, right.
This one might die for like a second.
Well, I don't know. Cure. Well, I thought I'll stick with the first one then. We don't got a second on here.
I make a motion we do with ACE. How we go? Is that right?
Yep. Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Tillman. Gerald, you been outvoted.
Yeah, I won't vote no on it.
Vote.
Mr. Murray.
No. Yes.
Oh, okay. Mr. Selby,
Yes.
Ms. Higginbotham,
Yes.
Mr. Kazoo.
Well,
Yes.
at least we had a laugh.
That's
We did
right.
have a
gotta
big laugh.
We gotta have a laugh.
Throw them a loop on that, didn't it?
I was thinking.
I'm gonna take this jacket off if you don't.
Get warm. Item 14, amend 2024-2025 school calendar schedule.
The amended 24-25 school year calendar is attached for your review and approval. The last day for students is now on that Friday, May 29th, 2025. With students, I'm sorry, is with closing day scheduled for May 30th, yeah. All subjects changed due to weather and illness, and this is due to the day that we took off during the tragedy with Officer Phipps back in September. We did not utilize an NTI day or anything for that day, so it had to be added back on the calendar. That was September the 17th. So this would just reflect the new ending date for our community, our school employees, parents, and guardians. So everybody realizes that, make that official change. So I recommend approval of the amended 24-25 school calendar and schedule as presented.
Make the motion.
Second.
Second.
Brendan. Vote.
Mr. Murray,
Yes.
Mr. Selby,
Yes.
Ms. Higginbotham,
Yes.
Mr. Kazoo.
Yes. Next item is MOA Youth Villages Intercept.
This is a memorandum of agreement with another company that we're working with that provides mental health services for kids within the schools. Youth Villages Intercept. We've had many. This will probably be winding up the school year, getting into the school year this far. This will probably won't anticipate having many other ones. But I recommend approval of the memorandum of agreement with Youth Villages Intercept as presented.
Motion.
Motion. Second.
Second.
Mr. Selby. Vote.
Mr. Murray,
Yes.
Mr. Selby,
Yes.
Ms. Higginbotham,
Yes.
Mr. Kazoo.
Yes.
One more. Oh,
Okay. Next item is out-of-state and/or overnight trips.
We have several coming up here. November 26th, the Cooking Club is going to Gatlinburg, Tennessee. December the 6th, NJLTC is David Crockett High School in Jonesboro, Tennessee. December the 7th, Rusk County Cheerleaders to Sevierville, Tennessee. December the 13th for the 14th, Kentucky High School Athletic Association to Lexington for the cheer competition. December the 14th, NJLTC to Union County High School in Tennessee. December the 18th to the 21st, Rusk County High School Girls Varsity Basketball in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. December the 20th to the 21st, Rusk County High School Boys Varsity Basketball in Owensboro, Kentucky. And then they turn around on the 26th of December through the 28th for their winter tournament in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. And then April the 5th to the 12th, Russell County High School Lady Lakers softball, destined Fort Walton, Florida for the softball tournament. So I recommend approval of the out-of-state and overnight trips as presented.
Motion?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you. Second?
Second.
Vote?
Mr. Murray,
Yes.
Mr. Selby,
Yes.
Ms. Brenda,
Yes.
Mr. Kazuk.
Yes. Okay. Next item is personnel reports.
Okay, Linda Petrus, Jamestown Elementary School, she transferred there to being a preschool instructional assistant from Russell Springs Elementary School. Jackie Eastham, Jamestown Elementary School, retiring from food service. Andrew Rexroth, hired Russell Springs Elementary School as an MSD teacher. Angie Skiles, Russell County Middle School, resigned as an ELA teacher. Emily Hamilton, Russell County Middle School, hired as the head volleyball coach. Aaron Richardson, Russell County High School, resigned as the custodian. Raymond Haynes, Russell County High School, hired custodian for the day. And Jeremy Crumpton, Russell County High School, hired custodian for the evening. And Bonnie Foley Robertson, Transportation Department, resigned as a bus aide.
Next item is public comments. Mr. Onion?
If, I don't know, if you let me pontificate for a minute, because what I'm asking has nothing to do with the agenda. But, you know, here just recently, we had an election in this country. And the United States of America, I believe, is the oldest democracy in the world. And a foundation of a democracy is the right to vote. And a while back, I read an article about a high school that after elections like that, they recognized those seniors, assuming everybody below senior isn't 18, but those seniors who voted just got some little recognition to kind of say, that's
that's cool.
your responsibility as a citizen, and congratulations for getting to that right. So I didn't know if there was some way, and by the way, I guess I got, in this last election,
That's neat.
nationwide, 64% of the populace voted. In Russell County, 62.3%. Now, you know, 60% sounds like a lot, but that sure leaves a lot of people
I don't know
not
why it ain't
voting.
100.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
what I'm kind of trying to propose is some way maybe to start getting people to recognize the importance of voting. And we try all the time in many ways. But if we recognize every election, seniors who vote, just to kind of,
I don't think they do that, but that's really neat, Mr. Onion. But they do, on occasion, do the voter drives, registration at the high school.
I helped with that one time with.
But I like that. I'll mention that to Ms. Tarter.
you know, if we did something, and, you know, the local paper would maybe
Yeah,
cover it,
that's neat.
and trying to get people to realize it is important.
It is important. Yep.
Yeah.
I've not missed an election since I turned 18, which
Me
is too
either.
many years ago. But I think it's important to do.
You know, we could encourage the kids to wear their sticker the next day.
Yes.
And bring back in. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
And I
that.
just think that would maybe encourage.
We're working on next year's calendar. Of course, in 2025, we had no primary or
Right.
general, but then in May of 2026, we'll be back on primary.
Right.
Yep. Yep. That's neat.
Just a
Yes.
thought, you know, so that's my pontification.
I like it. I like it.
Anybody
I make a
else?
motion to adjourn.
Motion adjourned, second.
Exactly.
Harold?
Mr. Murray, second?
Yeah. All in favor?
We're not doing it.
That one made up for the 2.5